So in the last few classes, we were discussing from, of course, last class only. We started the prayers offered by the residents of Jambhudvipa. Before that, we discussed about the structure of the Bhumandala and divisions, subdivisions, etc. So in those prayers, from the 9 Varshas of Jambhudvipa, the leaders of those 9 Varshas are offering prayers. Among them, last week we saw that Lord Shiva, one of the 11 Rudras, who is residing in Ilavrta Varsha, had offered prayers to his worshipable deity, Lord Sankarshana. And then we saw in Bhadrashva Varsha, Bhadrashrava, son of Yamaraja, offered prayers to his worshipable deity. And then we saw that in Hari Varsha, Prahlad Maharaj, who is residing there currently, had offered prayers unto Lord Narasimhadev, who is his Ishtadev. And today we'll see from other Varshas, such as Ketumala Varsha, Hiranmaya Varsha, Ramyaka Varsha, etc. How they offered, how the leaders of those places had offered their prayers to Supreme Lord. So last week we did up to 14th verse, wherein Prahlad Maharaj offered prayers to Lord Narasimhadev. And today we'll continue from text number 15 onwards. So starting from 15 to 23rd, in these verses we see the prayers offered by Mother Lakshmi unto Lord Hrishikesha or Lord Kandarpa is also called like that. So those prayers we'll see now. So someone can read the translation for the text number 15.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Shukadev Goswami continued. In the tract of land called Ketumala Varsha, Lord Vishnu lives in the form of Kamadev, only for the satisfaction of his devotees. These include Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, the Prajapati, Samvatsar, and all the Samvatsara's sons and daughters. The daughters of Prajapati are considered the controlling deities of the nights, and his sons are considered the controllers of the days. The Prajapati's offspring number 36,000, one for each day and each night in the lifetime of a human being. At the end of each year, the Prajapati's daughters become very agitated upon seeing the extremely effulgent disk of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus they all suffer miscarriages.
Yeah. There is a graphical description about what happens day by day in this verse. So let us try to understand what it means. In Ketumala Varsha, the Supreme Lord resides with Mother Lakshmi in the form of Cupid, Kamadeva Swarupa, to please Prajapati's daughters and sons, who are the masters of the land, and who number 36,000, the human lifespan in days and nights. The daughters' fetuses are aborted and die at the end of the year, destroyed because the daughters' minds are agitated by the Kala Chakra of the Lord. So this is actually a metaphorical, allegorical this thing, but one thing is true. See, the Ketumala Varsha is inhabited by um, Prajapati Samvatsara and his children, and also Mother Lakshmi is residing there. One of the many forms of Mother Lakshmi, and she is worshipping her Lord, Lord Rishikesha. His name is Rishikesha, and his expansion is Cupid, Kandarpa. So in the Bhagavatam also we see that there is a pastime about Lord Krishna after marrying Rukmini. By the request of Mother Rukmini, Lord Krishna goes to Kauninapur from Dwaraka on the day of her marriage and takes her from that marriage ceremony when which is about to take place with Shishpal, but Lord Krishna kind of kidnaps Mother Rukmini from there and brings her to Dwaraka. Lord Krishna married to her. In due course of time, Mother Rukmini gave birth to Pradyumna. Lord Krishna and Mother Rukmini's son was Pradyumna. And it is said that Sambara, there was a demon who knew that he was supposed to be killed by Lord Krishna's son. So he was waiting for the birth of Lord Krishna's son. As soon as the child is born, the child was kidnapped from the inner chambers and the child was taken to the kitchen, to the palace of Sambara. And Sambara told that, I want to eat this child. Go and make breakfast out of him, something like that. The child was taken to the kitchen. So in that kitchen, there was a lady who was serving as a cook. As soon as she saw this child who was brought to kitchen, who was supposed to be made into breakfast or something like that, the lady developed a special affection for this child. She wanted to protect. So she saved that child, but prepared something else and sent it to king, informing that this is the food prepared out of the child's meat or something like that, child's flesh. So Sambara thought, I'm saved. I don't have to worry about my death. He is in his own world. So that lady took care of this child. Eventually, time passed and the child became 16 years old. When the child became 16 years old, of course, the lady took the child from that place and she hid him somewhere else and she's like overseeing the growing up of the child and initially she was personally taking care of the small child, but as the boy was growing up, she might have kept the boy in some gurukula or somewhere in a secret place. Eventually, one day, when the child was about 16 years old, so the lady she saw that boy, and as soon as she saw that boy, she started developing. Till now, she was kind of taking care of that child like a mother. But the boy grew up to 16 years old. She started developing um the conjugal feelings. So now the question comes: how is it that like this? So Narad Muni reveals the entire story to both of them. In their previous life, the both of them were Manmada and Rati. And when Indra ordered Manmada that please go and do something, that I suppose Lord Shiva only do something that Lord Shiva should become attracted to Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva should marry Mother Parvati so that they will have a child that was Kartikeya. If Kartikeya is born, then the Devatas will have a powerful commander in chief who can fight with and stop the continuous attacks of the Asuras upon the Devatas. The marriage between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati should take place immediately. So Kandarpa made all the facilities. He created spring, the place where Lord Shiva was performing tapasya. And Kandarpa kept Mother Parvati in front of Lord Shiva. And so many apsaras were dancing, so many like an atmosphere which is favorable for man to get attracted to a woman, something like that. So Lord Shiva became disturbed by all this environment. He opened his eyes. He saw what's happening around. He became angry and he understood the reason for all these things is Kandarpa, who is orchestrating all these things. So Lord Shiva opened his third eye and Kandarpa was born to ashes. And Kandarpa's wife, Rati, came and begged Lord Shiva for forgiveness and requested him to revive him. And Lord Shiva said, no, I cannot do anything. But so and so, because of so and so reasons and all, Lord Krishna's son supposed to kill Sambara, and your son will appear as the son of Lord Krishna. So wait till then. After killing Sambara, you can be reunited with your husband. Something like that. So understanding that anyway, my husband will take birth as the son of Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, and he will kill Sambara. So let me better go to Sambara's home and then stay there. She came to the home of Sambara and became the cook, waiting for her husband to come. So today she realized that her husband has come now. And Narada Muni revealed everything what all happened. And Narada Muni also told one more thing, that it is Lord Pradyumna's Amsha only appeared as some Kamadeva. Kamadeva is one Amsha of Lord Pradyumna himself. And Rati is an Amsha of Mother Lakshmi herself. So in that way. That's why Lord is called as Kamadeva here. Because though he is not Kamadeva, but is the source of Kamadeva. Whatever potencies Kamadeva has, it has been given or awarded by Lord Pradyumna himself. So in that way. That Kamadeva pastime we can see in the 10th canto, in the middle chapters. After marrying with Rukmini only, the next chapter is talking about this. So it is like that. So Lord Krishna's son, Pradyumna, who also has Kamadeva within him, had killed Sambara and married Rati, and both of them will come. Narada Muni will bring them to Dwarka. So Rukmini, who lost her son, was feeling so much pain of separation from her son, and days passed by thinking about her son, but life continued. So it seems that after 16 years, Narada Muni brought back that son and the lady. So Narada Muni directly brought him into the palace of Rukmini. Within the palace, Rukmini was there, and all the other friends of Rukmini and other ladies, and some of the other wives of Lord Krishna were also there. So they suddenly the one person is standing and one lady is next to him, and Narada Muni came little late. So initially they all thought that Lord Krishna only came with another girl, because physically both of them appearing same. The way Lord Krishna would appear, Pradyumna also appearing same, the physical representation. But Rukmini alone did not mistaken the personality. She developed motherly affection toward this Pradyumna, who appeared just now in front of their vision. But other ladies were feeling shy that it is Krishna himself. Then Narada Muni came and revealed everything, and Rukmini felt very happy. And then Lord Krishna also came, and Lord Krishna and Mother Rukmini received their son and also blessed the new couple, Pradyumna and Rati, in that way. So this is the pastime connected to that. So we can see here, so one of such forms of Mother Lakshmi is worshipping her Lord, we can say him Kandarpa, we can call him as Rishikesha, we can call him as Pradyumna also, whichever. So that Lord is being worshipped here, and she is assisted by Mother Lakshmi, is assisted by the children of Prajapati Samvatsara. Just like all the devatas are responsible for particular service, like Indra is responsible for downpouring the rains, Vayu is for air, Varuna is for water, etc. Prajapati Samvatsara is the in charge for time, is the in charge for year, that a year will have 360 days. The daytime is represented by Prajapati Samvatsara's son, and nighttime is represented by his daughter. So just like Prajapati Samvatsara is the precedent deity of the year, his son is the precedent deity of the day, his daughter is the precedent deity of the night. So like that we should take. So in a human being's lifetime, Purusha Ayusho Aharatra. In our lifetime, we have 100 years. So in 1 year, there are 360 days and 360 nights. So within 100 years, 36,000 days and 36,000 nights. And with that many daughters and that many sons, with their help, our Mother Lakshmi is uh, continuously worshipping Lord Kandarpa. So basically, she is worshipping with the boys and girls who are there, who are assisting her, but they also represent the deities for the day and night in our lifetime. So when it is said that the daughter's fetuses are aborted and died at the end of the year, basically, if one day is gone in our life, it is gone. It will never come back. Just like when a person dies, he is gone. He will not come back. At least within our vicinity, the way he was till now. He may come back, but in a different way, but not the way he was till now. That is the understanding here. So once it is gone, gone. So we have total in our lifetime 36,000 days and 36,000 nights. If one day or one night has gone, gone. That is understanding. Like that we should
Hare
see.
Krishna Prabhu, is 3,60,000 or 36,000?
See, actually, there could be some in the BBT is spelling mistake, but in a year we have 360 days into 100 years. 360 days into 100 years, 360 nights into 100 years. So 36,000 daughters and 36,000 sons.
Okay.
You can see here. Purusha Ayusha Ahoratra. Purusha means we, human beings. Ayusha, our Ayu. Our Ayu is 100 years, at least. Because the discussion is happening at the beginning of Kali Yuga. At that time, it was 100 years. Now it has become reduced, but that is like standard lifespan. So, in that way. Parisankyanam, the total number of human lifespan. So, in that way. So, since it is Janmashtami, so I just spoke one pastime of Lord Krishna. Makes sense. So, Kamadeva means one who plays using the pastimes of Cupid. The Lord resides in Ketumala Varsha with this form to please Prajapati's sons and daughters. The Devatas presiding over the days and nights. So, the sons are presiding over days and the daughters are presiding over the night. The Shruti says, Samvatsaro by Prajapati. Prajapati is the year. Matlab Prajapati is the basically representative of year. Prajapati is made of the year or is the Devata presiding over the year. So like that. So these people are staying in the Ketumala Varsha. That is the understanding. In mentioning the lifespan of a man as 100 years, the speaker of that time is speaking in anticipation of the lifespan of humans in Kali Yuga. By calculating 100 years of days and nights, one attains a total of 36,000 days and 36,000 nights. 100 years into 360 days in a year. The fetuses of the 36,000 married daughters, which means nights along with the days of human life, are destroyed by the power of Kala Chakra, Maha Asra of the Supreme Lord. The fetuses refer to the time with its minutes and seconds, are to the Prarabdha Karma, results of the inhabitants enjoying in the land. Because the nights act at the cause of enjoyment of karmas, they are called the fetuses of the daughters. At the end of the gross time in the form of a year, at the end of enjoyment, they are aborted. So basically, a day or night is gone, gone forever. That is understanding. So the present deities of the days and nights, the ordinary inhabitants of Ketumala, by worshipping the Lord, will attain the forms of the Lord's devotees for serving the Lord in Prema in Vaikuntha. That should be understood to be the result of their worship. So basically, being the deities of the days and nights, they are serving the Lord. And they are also personally serving the Lord here in Ketumala Varsha. So once their lifetime is over, they will come back to Godhead. So in that way. So indirectly indicating that we also need to use our day and night in the service of the Supreme Lord. And eventually at the end of our lifespan is over, we can also go back to Godhead. So this particular verse is kind of allegorical verse. So we need to see it like that. Okay. Someone else read the next translation. Hare Krishna. Some other can read the translation.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
In Ketumal Varsha, Lord Kamadev Pradyumna moves very graciously. His mild smile is very beautiful, and when he increases the beauty of his face by slightly raising his eyebrows and glancing playfully, he pleases the goddess of fortune. Thus, he enjoys his transcendental senses.
Yeah. Kamadeva, Lord Kandarpa, Lord Shrikesha, Lord Pradyumna, pleasing Mother Lakshmi with the beauty of his auspicious lotus face, with its beautiful eyebrows, slightly raised by the play of his glances, endowed with a slight attractive smile, which is pleasing with its graceful movements, enjoys his senses. So this is how the mutual reciprocation between Mother Lakshmi and Lord Vishnu is kind of indicated here. So Lord Kandarpa pleases Goddess Lakshmi with the beauty of his auspicious, with its beautiful brows, slightly raised by the play of his glances, endowed with a slight attractive smile, pleasing with its graceful movements. He enjoys his senses by these actions related to Mother Lakshmi. Then, so along with the 36,000 daughters and 36,000 sons of Samvatsara, Mother Lakshmi engages in service of the Supreme Lord. That is indicated in the next verse. Accompanied during the daytime by the present deities of the days, and accompanied during the night time by Prajapati's daughters, Lakshmi Devi worshipped the Lord in his most merciful form of as Kamadeva by absorption in devotional service and chant the following mantras. So with their assistance, Mother Lakshmi continuously worshipping Lord Kandarpa. Maya Mayam means merciful, or it can mean the Lord who produces diseases through ignorance of the Jiva. So Maya Mayam, the Maya can be Maya Mayam. So that can be like Lord is filled with mercy. Or Maya Amayam. It means so for those who does not look at the Lord, they are affected by the diseases. Something like that. Some meaning is given. She worships with the daughters of Prajapati, present deities of the nights during the night, and with their husband, the sons of Prajapati. नहीं ये कैसे तो गलती हो गई with their husbands the sons of Prajapati and the daughters of Prajapati. So there should be some correction here. I don't know how it is. The present deities of the day during the daytime. So basically, I don't know, should we call them our husbands or not? But all of them are supposed to be their daughters and sons only, Prajapati. So in the night time, with the company of the daughters, Mother Lakshmi worships Lord Kandarpa. In the daytime, with the company of the sons, Mother Lakshmi worships Lord Kandarpa. So that is the understanding. So how are they treated as wife and husband? Not sure. Since they are not part of the Bharata Varsha, they can be wife and husband also. Hmm. Yeah. In the shloka at least is not mentioned that they are husband and wife. So now this is the Moola mantra which Mother Lakshmi chants while worshipping Lord Kandarpa, Lord Rishikesha or Lord Pradyumna. Om Ram Hrim Hroom Om Namo Bhagavate Rishikeshaya Sarvaguna Visheshair Vilakshitatmane Akutīnām Chittīnām Chetasām Visheshanām Chādipataye Shodashakalaya Chando Mayayanam Maya Mayayamruta Mayaya Sarvamayaya Sahase Vojase Balaya Kantaya Kamaya Namaste Ubhayatra Bhuyat. Thoda lamba mantra. So with this mantra, Mother Lakshmi is saying that I offer respects to Lord Rishikesha, to my husband, Lord Kamadeva, whose body, mind, and intelligence have all excellent qualities. Sarva Guna Visheshair Vilakshita. So Lord's body, Lord's mind, Lord's intelligence all have wonderful qualities. And he is the master of the action senses, the knowledge senses, and Antakarana. Akutinam, Chittinam, Chetasam, Visheshanam cha Adipataye. Who is Lord Rishikesha? Lord Rishikesha is the master of the Karmendriyas and is the master of the knowledge Jnanendriyas and is the master of Antakarana. So in that way. Akutinam means Karmendriyas. Chittinam means Jnanendriyas. Chetasam means Antakarana. Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. All the four very subtle elements. So Lord Rishikeda is the Lord of the 14 senses. So in that way. 10 external senses, 4 internal senses. Antakarana means internal senses. And Karmendriya Jnanjis are considered to be Bahaya Karana, external senses. And who has a perfect form like the full moon, Shodasha Kalaya. The moon had 16 appearances. From Pratipad to Chaturdashi, the moon will gradually change its appearance, gradually increasing, slowly increasing. And Purnami will be full moon. And from Purnami next day Purnami onwards, that is like Pratipad. So whatever is the appearance of the moon and Pratipad was the same as in Chaturdashi. And Dvitiya would be same as in Tritiya, the Trayodashi. So like that. So in between the 14 phases are same. But on the Amavasya, it is zero, it has zero visibility, and Purnami it has full visibility. So total, the moon had 16 phases, 16 way of appearances. So it is like that. So who has a perfect form like the full moon. So in other days, the moon's form was not perfect, it is imperfect. Out of 16, the 15 appearances of the moon are imperfect. But the full moon day appearance of the moon is completely perfect. And he is the personified form of the Vedas, Chendo Mayaya, and personified form of food, Annamayaya, personified form of nectar, Amrutamayaya, the form of all forms, Sarvamayaya, the energy of Chitta, the energy of the senses, and the energy of the body. Sahase Ojase Balaya. So Bala means energy of the body, Ojasa means energy of the senses, and Sahasa means energy of the mind. Sahasa means basically Sahas. So energy of Antakarana, Man Buddhi Ahankara Chetana. So in that way, Sahas. I offer respects to him in this world and in the next. So she says that not only I offer respects to the Lord now, even in my next life also, in the nether world also, I continue to offer my respects to Supreme Lord. So like that, Mother Lakshmi is indicating the different attributes of Lord Vishnu. So this verse has so many attributes of the Supreme Lord are indicated here. So let us see one by one. She chants this mantra to show the merciful nature of Lord Kamadeva. She offers respects, indicating that another worshipper should meditate on the meaning of the mantra according to his own relationship with the Lord. So either Mother Lakshmi is telling that I offer respects to Lord Rishikesha to my husband, Kantaya Kamaya. So she is telling that I am offering respect to my husband. So she can say that Lord is my husband. But others can use the same prayer but can remove this word Kantaya and add according to their relationship with the Lord. So in that way, that is understanding. So that is indicated here. I offer my respects to my husband, Lord Kamadeva. She does not use the word Deva with Kama since it will be improper to mention the full name of her husband. So then it is said that, see here, Kantaya Kamaya. So she did not mention Kamadeva. So Kamadeva is his full name. So wife should not call the full name of the husband. That's why she did not use. So she only used Kamaya, something like that. Another person should meditate on herself as the maidservant of Lakshmi and chant this mantra. That is the tradition. So another at least another male or female, if they are chanting this mantra, they should use this same prayer. But we can say that I am Lakshmi Das, so offering this prayer, something like that. It should be done like that. Oh Rishikesha, attract my senses with your beauty, or you are the enjoyer of the sweetness of my senses. So this is the meaning of Rishikesha. O Rishikesha, when we address to the Lord, we are indicating that, O Lord, you please attract my senses, or you are the enjoyer of the sweetness of my senses. Basically, whatever activity I perform with my senses, the Lord is the ultimate enjoyer of that. So, in that way, this indicates our qualification for the Lord. Your body, mind, and intelligence are made special by all spiritual qualities. This is an elaboration of Rishikesha. So we say that Rishikesha means the master of senses, Rishika Isha. So what do you mean by the master of the senses? So Lord's body, Lord's mind, Lord's intelligence and all are made special by all spiritual qualities. So in that way, that is another meaning of Rishikesha. You are the master of the functions of the action senses, knowledge senses, and Antakarana, Chitta, Ahankara, Buddhi, and Manas. So all the 14 senses, Lord is the master of them. This means that you are the taster of the sweetness manifested in these 14 senses. Even for the worshipper other than Lakshmi, the ordinary sense devatas are not indicated for their senses. The Lord himself is the deity for their senses, since they refer to spiritual senses. So here the understanding is that when Mother Lakshmi is talking about Lord Rishikesha, here the senses are treated as the spiritual senses, not the material senses that all of us possess. Even all our senses, when they are engaged in Supreme Lord, they become spiritual senses, and they are made special, embodied with Lord's spiritual qualities. So that is the understanding. So Mother Lakshmi is indicating whether the Lord's senses are our own senses, but both are completely spiritual. So in that way. Similarly, when any jiva engages in Lord's service, like Mother Lakshmi engages in Lord's service always, their senses also become completely spiritual. So that is understanding. 16 parts, that Shodashakala, indicates the Lord is complete, like the full moon with 16 phases. The Lord is the form of the Vedas, Chandomaya, instructing about Bhakti to the Lord. So Chandomaya means Lord is the form of the Vedas. The main purpose of the Vedas is to teach us about practice Bhakti to attain the Supreme Lord. Vedesha Sarver Ahameva Vedyo. The purpose of the Vedas is to understand the Supreme Lord. The essence of the Vedas is to practice Bhakti, and by practicing Bhakti, we attain the Supreme Lord. So that is understanding. Amrutamaya also means that he is the form of liberation. So yeah, Lord Shiva himself says that Mukti Pradad Sarvesham Vishnu Reva Na Samshaya. Among all the different people who can offer Mukti, there is only one person, that is Lord Vishnu. Others cannot offer Mukti completely. So in that way. He is all forms, Sarvamaya. You enable my chitta, senses, and body to operate. So, being the Rishikesha, being the master of all the senses, please enable my senses so that they can be used. With their help, I can engage in your service. So, like that, Mother Lakshmi is offering our big first prayer. So, this since is a Bija mantra, all of us can pray. So, basically, whenever we go in front of Lakshmi Narayana, we can chant this prayer, but the place where Kantaya is there, so we need to do some modification. So Mother Lakshmi is telling that you are my husband, so I'm offering prayer unto you. But we need to offer prayer in such a way that, so you are my Lord. So in that way we have to use. So that is the only modification we can do, and use the same prayer. So this prayer can be chanted whenever we go in front of Lord Lakshmi Narayana. So we can nicely offer this prayer. So like that. You able to follow Hare Krishna? The different attributes of the Supreme Lord.
Sort of.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
So basically, because this is being a Bija mantra generally it is like the aphorism of Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra will have only one small phrase, but will have a lot of meaning. Same way the Bija mantra also is a small phrase but will have a lot of meaning. The Gayatri mantra that we chant also, we have many of the Gayatri mantras are small. So because they have the meaning is unlimited, but they are presented in the small phrase. Same with this mantra, also every word has a big meaning connected to different attributes and activities of the Supreme Lord. So in that way. So now from next verse onwards, she will actually offer prayers. So some of you can repeat after me. Siyo vrataistva rishikeshwaram swato
श्रियो व्रतैस्त्वा ऋषिकेश्वरं स्वतो
ye aradya lokopatimashasenyam
हि आराध्य लोके पतिम् आशा सतेनयम्
तासां न ते वै परिपान्त्यपत्यम्
तासां न ते वै परिपान्ति अपत्यम्
प्रियं दाम्नायु प्रियं धनायुंषि यतो स्वतन्त्राः
प्रियं धनायुंषि यतो स्वतन्त्रः.
Please read the translation also.
My dear Lord, you are certainly the fully independent master of all the senses. Therefore, all women who worship you by strictly observing vows because they wish to acquire a husband to satisfy their senses are surely under illusion. They do not know that such a husband cannot actually give protection to them or their children, nor can he protect their wealth or duration of life, for he himself is dependent on time, fruitive results, and the modes of nature, which are all subordinate to you.
So Mother Lakshmi offers prayers very strongly, very boldly. So being a woman, in one sense, she kind of speaks very harshly about other women also. We see in these verses. Worshipping you, Lord Rishikesha, the natural controller of the senses, by performing vows, women in this world ask for a husband other than you. So she is telling that the women come to worship you, but ultimately they ask for a husband of this world. The husbands cannot protect their children, wealth, or duration of life because they are dependent. So here, Mother Lakshmi is indirectly or directly talking about a person who cannot protect oneself. How can he offer protection or shelter to his dependent? The wife is dependent on husband. The children are dependent upon the parents. So from that way, Mother Lakshmi has pure bhakti. Other women with mixed bhakti lament. They worship you, the Lord, who is also their husband, but ask for a different husband. So indirectly it is said that Mother Lakshmi is telling that you are the main husband of everyone. So one way, instead of taking the husband of women only, even for men or women also, the Lord is ultimately the main master. How? Not from the point of view of offering some material protection, material shelter, or not like that. The ultimate protection, ultimate shelter is offering, taking the jiva back home, back to Godhead. That only the Lord can do. So Lord Himself is the actual husband or actual master of all of us, including both men and women. So in that way, from that point of view, we have to see that how and a husband cannot protect their children or wealth or duration of life or wife, etc. That is basically, yeah, a husband can give material protection, material security and all. But from the point of view of offering liberation, so even the husband himself will depend upon the Lord. So he himself cannot offer liberation to his dependents. So better to take the shelter of that one person who can offer liberation to all. So why not the woman should accept Lord Vishnu himself as her husband? So that in that way, that is how it is being indicated here. Savai yeah. Savai patisya baya swayam.
Hare Krishna. Sa vai
Mataji.
akuto vaya swayam
Samantapati payaturam janam.
samantata patibhayaturam janam
Sa eka evetarata bhayam.
eka evetarataamito bhayam
Naivatmalabad adimanyate param.
atmalabhat atimanyate param. He alone who is never afraid, but who, on the contrary, gives complete shelter to all fearful persons, can actually become a husband and protector. Therefore, my lord, you are the only husband, and no one else can claim this position. If you were not the only husband, you would be afraid of others. Therefore, persons learned in all Vedic literature accept only your lordship as everyone's master, and they think no one else a better husband and protector than you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Here Mother Lakshmi says, since the Lord by nature has no fear, he protects all persons. Therefore, he should alone be the husband. So, the person who has no fear from anyone, who protects everyone, can be the husband. So, who does not have any fear and who can protect everyone? That is Lord Vishnu. So, that's why she said that he alone should be the husband. Otherwise, there is mutual fear. The wise do not accept anything better than attaining you. Otherwise, there is mutual fear means there is a fear for wife and also fear for the husband. Both of them are fearful in this world. Those women do not know the meaning of the word husband. How can a person who cannot protect himself protect another person? Now, protect himself means the husband who cannot protect himself can protect the wife. So here the protection is not the protection we generally talk about from the world point of view. So Mother Lakshmi talking in terms of offering liberation. That is the protection here being said. First of all, he should have no fear of anything. But who can be fearless? You alone are that person. They take another meaning of husband. In another case, all the leaders, the protectors of citizens, have fear of each other. Thus, the citizens have fear. That actually is not protection. In this world, the protectors, the masters are fearful, the citizens are also fearful. So both are having fear. The husband is fearful, the wife also is fearful. So in that way, then who can offer protection to whom? So in that way. Those learned in scriptures consider that there is no greater object than attaining Paramatma. The great devotees consider that there is nothing to be attained in this world. Only one thing is worthy of attainment is the Supreme Lord. You, Atma Labhat, whom to attain? And to attain the Supreme Lord. All other attainments are not as great as attaining you. You actually are worthy of the word husband, are worthy of the word protector. Only Lord can be called as husband, or Lord can be called as protector or master. No one else is worthy of to be called as master, protector, or husband, something like that. In that way, Mother Lakshmi is telling. So it's basically what Mother Lakshmi is telling is all from the point of view of going back to Godhead and completely getting freed from this material entanglement. From that point of view, we should take it. So there is one, once I have heard, even I also read also. So it is about the marriage ceremony that takes place in Sri Vaishnavas. So it is said that in that marriage ceremony procedure, no one is qualified to receive Kanyadan. Among all the different variety of charities in Vedic culture, the Kanyadan is considered to be the topmost charity. And there is only one person who is worthy of accepting this Kanyadan, which is the topmost charity, is Lord Vishnu himself. Traditionally, it is said like that. But since from the world, the culture in the world, how it is happening, since Lord will not accept, Lord can accept everyone, but from the Vyavaharik point of view, the practical point of view, since Lord does not accept every Kanya, the parents offer their daughter, they offer Kanyadan to a representative of Lord Vishnu. That's why in that ceremony, where Kanyadanam is taking place in the marriage ceremony, the parents of the bride, they wash the feet of the bridegroom and keep the water on their head. The both mother and father, they do the washing of the feet of the bridegroom and then they put the water on their head also. But if you see normally, the parents of the bride were elder in age compared to the bridegroom. So how can a elderly people can wash the feet of a young person and put that water on their head? Traditionally, this is not acceptable. Elderly people are supposed to be respected and they should be given all respects. But here something opposite is happening. The understanding is that according to the cultural context, they are not offering the feet of a person whose age is younger. The cultural context is that they are actually offering the feet of Lord Vishnu or Lord Vishnu's representative. Only Lord Vishnu's feet should be washed and Lord Vishnu should be given Kanyadan. So here, one of Lord Vishnu's representative is accepting that Kanyadan. So when a male person is getting married to a girl, so he has a big responsibility. The marriage is a vow for accepting that girl on behalf of Lord Vishnu. It is not that so he had the qualification to receive Kanyadan. Only Lord Vishnu had the qualification to receive Kanyadan. Actually, that Kanyadan is supposed to be given to Lord Vishnu, but this person as the intermediate via medium is accepting that Kanyadan on behalf of Lord Vishnu. So after accepting Kanyadan, he should take care of that Kanya who actually belongs to Lord Vishnu. So that is the traditional understanding of Sri Vaishnavas of marriage. So it is a big responsibility. Marriage is not something ashamash thing. Externally speaking, people get married and get divorced and without any value. But traditionally, it's a big vow one is taking to take care of that Kanya who actually belongs to Lord Vishnu. So taking care of one's wife means taking care of Lord Vishnu's property. So if that is the understanding of marriage, then where the question of divorce comes into it. So nowadays everything is happening in superficial grounds. So it's like that. I mean, this is what I read many years back about the concept of marriage as per the Sri Vaishnava tradition. I don't know, most of you might have heard this and might have known. All of you are also coming from such kind of background. Is it true, Mataji? What I said is, have you heard Girija Mataji? Gopinandini Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, in our community, at least we the parents of the girls, they were wash the feet of the bridegroom.
No,
And
that
they know,
washing the feet is there everywhere. In every
but I
marriage
didn't
that
know
happens.
this.
But the background understanding of that.
I had not heard about this background, but it makes
Mm.
sense.
Mm. So, yes, Lekha Mother, you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhuji, the concept is now clear actually. I
Mm.
also wonder how feet is washed. It looks very awkward. I used to have that kind of feet before coming to Krishna consciousness. But now there's a
Mm.
clarity. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Mm. So, it's like that. When I read that, I was really, yes, it has so much significance about it. Then my desire to continue as brahmachari became more strong. It is a big responsibility in one sense. Getting married to someone means it's a huge responsibility. It is actually one of the pantras also say that I take the responsibility of accomplishments of all the purusharthas. Of course, from the normal background, Brahmanical background point of view, dharmartha kama moksha. The vow taken by the husband is that I'll make sure that she will fulfill all her duties and she will also accomplish all her purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama, ultimately the moksha also. And from Sri Vaishnava point of view, so she will attain her eternal master, that is Lord Vishnu. For that, I will take the complete responsibility. So that is a vow taken by the husband at the time of marriage, accepting Agni and all the devatas as the witness. So it is like that. So it is a big responsibility. So so many of you have your children. So please educate them in this aspect. Marriage means it is not a simple thing, but it has a lot of spiritual significance, cultural significance behind it. You can share with them. So Mother Lakshmi is also kind of from the same point of view, only it is telling. So, so in that way, we will move on. या तस्य ते पादसरोरुआर्हणम्
या तस्य ते पादसरोरुहार्हणम्
निकामयेश्चाखिल लोकामलम्पता
निकामयेत्साखिलकामलम्पटा
तदेव राशीप्सितमीप्सितोर्चितो
तदेव राशीप्सितम् ईप्सितोर्जितो
यद्भग्नयाञ्च भगवन् प्रतप्यते.
यद्भग्नयाञ्चना भगवन् प्रतप्यते. My dear Lord, you automatically fulfill all the desires of a woman who worships your lotus feet in pure love. However, if a woman worships your lotus feet for a particular purpose, you also quickly fulfill her desires. But in the end, she becomes broken-hearted and laments. Therefore, one need not worship your lotus feet for some material benefit.
She further says, O Lord, the woman who desired to worship your lotus feet has all her desires fulfilled. You also give the result to a woman who worships with a material desire, because when the result is finished, she will suffer. So she says that there are two categories of women. So as I mentioned, we should not only take as a woman, in general, all of us, both male and female, we have two categories of desires while worshipping the Lord. One is to attain the Lord Himself, other one is to attain some material desires. So Lord is ready to offer both the results. First category people become happy. Second category people will become happy when the results are fulfilled. When that euphoria is over, again they suffer. So that is the understanding. So basically, she is criticizing those who those who ask for some material desires. Ultimately, they'll get suffer. So like that. However, if one worships without material desires, all those desires are fulfilled. If one worships with the material desire, one attains only that one result, which is temporary. So, if we worship the Lord without any material desires, all our desires are fulfilled. But if we worship the Lord with some material desires, only that one desire is fulfilled, and rest of the life we are suffering. So that is understanding. The woman who especially desires worship of your lotus feet with the qualities just described, without other material desires, receive all desirable objects. She becomes an Nishkamba. That means he who attains the Lord attains everything. That's how he attains all the desires. That is understanding. The woman who worships you to attain other material desires is given only that one material desire, material result. Because after enjoying the result, when the result is finished, she will experience suffering. Though she later becomes a Nishkama, she is still called as Sakama Bhakta. Thus, the devotees who desire the Lord are not Sakama. So, they indirectly said that there are two categories of devotees: Artho, Jignashu, Artharthi, Jnanicha, Bharatarshapa. Artho, Jignashu, Artharthi, they are called Sakama Bhaktas. Because initially they approach the Lord with some material desire, but eventually, after coming close to the Lord, they may eventually forget the desires. But ultimately, they are called as Sakama Bhaktas only, because they approach the Lord with some material desire. But on the other hand, the Jnani who has no apparent material desire, so from the very beginning onwards, is called as a Nishkama Bhakta. So in that way, that means those who approach the Supreme Lord without any material desires, only with some spiritual desires, with the mentality to know about the Lord, with the mentality to serve the Lord, they are called a Nishkama from the very beginning. So in that way, this is how we can categorize two devotees. Those who desire other things ultimately suffer. It is said that Mother Lakshmi, seeing something unfavorable to that person's nature, scolds such a person. However, it will be explained later that even the person who performs Sakama Bhakti should be considered successful. Matlab, Mother Lakshmi is telling that why you come to Supreme Lord Vishnu and ask for material desires? Because such a person ultimately suffers means you ask for material desire, Lord will fulfill that, you will be happy for some time, and afterwards the material nature will give you suffering only. When you come to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, why don't you ask Lord Vishnu himself? If you attain Lord Vishnu, nothing is there to attain. Everything is included in him. So like that, she indirectly, by telling that you will suffer, she's telling that uh, instead of asking for something material, you ask for Lord Vishnu himself. That will be that should be your desire. So like that, she is indirectly teaching us. So like that. What should be our aspiration? That is what Mother Lakshmi is teaching us. If this is not our aspiration, any other material aspiration that we have and with which we approach Lord Vishnu, we end up with suffering. Like that, Mother Lakshmi is telling. Then Mother Lakshmi will continue. Mat prapyate jesha surasadhyas.
Hare Krishna. Mat praptaye jesha sura suradayas.
Tapyanta ugram tapa aindriye diya.
Tapyanta ugram tapa indriya.
Rite bhavatpadaparayanannamam.
Rite bhavatpadaparayanannamam.
Vinyantyaham tvadrudaya yatojita.
Danti aham tvada dridadaya yato ajita. O Supreme Unconquerable Lord, when they become absorbed in thoughts of material enjoyment, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, as well as other demigods and demons, undergo severe penances and austerities to receive my benedictions. but I don't favor anyone, however great he may be, unless he is always engaged in the service of your lotus feet. Because I always keep you within my heart, I cannot favor anyone but a devotee. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Mother Lakshmi says, O unconquered Lord, with mind, intent, and sense objects, Brahma, Shiva, and other devatas perform severe austerities to attain me, Lakshmi. They do not attain me unless they surrender to your lotus feet, since I made it on you. So here kindly understand the meaning of to attain me, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, devatas all perform severe austerities by controlling their senses. The understanding is attaining Mother Lakshmi means attaining prosperity, attaining success, attaining name, fame, prestige, etc. etc. From that point of view. So attaining Lakshmi means attaining wealth, attaining name, fame, prosperity, etc. etc. But when a people worship Mother Lakshmi, even personality like Brahma, Shiva, and Indra Chandra also, he says that I will not be attained by them unless until they surrender to your lotus feet. I will not show my favor to them. This is what our devotees always say. If at all somebody wants to attain the favor of Mother Lakshmi, they should worship Lord Vishnu. When Vishnu comes, Lakshmi automatically will come. So like that. There is one phrase which Prabhupada writes in one of the purports of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Jayastu Panduputranam Esha Paksha Janardana. Jaya. Jaya means victory. Victory means prosperity, name, fame. Basically, victory means goddess of Lakshmi. So, goddess of Lakshmi will come to them on whose side Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna is there. So it is said that the Pandavas will have victory because Lord Krishna is standing on their side. Whoever has Lord Krishna or Lord Rama or Lord Vishnu will have Mother Lakshmi by default. That is understanding. So Mother Lakshmi is also saying same thing. And if somebody worships me alone, I will never favor them. If somebody worships your lotus feet, I automatically favor them. Something like that. So here Lakshmi means, so for devotees, the Lakshmi is not some material wealth and material name, fame, prestige. But when it comes to the devotees, Mother Lakshmi's favor is giving them an opportunity to serve the Lord in person. Matlab taking them back home, back to Godhead. That is Lakshmi's favor unto devotees. So it is like that. Like that we should see. Some persons desiring material benefit give up you and worship me, Lakshmi alone. They, however, obtain only dust. Mother Lakshmi criticizes them. To attain me, Brahma and others with intelligence focused on sense objects perform severe austerities. Matlab, from that point of view, she is telling that even Brahma, Shiva also, if they worship me alone, they will not get anything. Then what to speak of ordinary people? Without surrendering to you, they do not attain wealth manifested by my glance. But Prahlada, Dhruva, and others who surrendered to the Lord attained all the wealth. The wealth seen with persons who are not devotees is the result of their karma or is given by the mercy of Durga, Maya Shakti. So the wealth we see with the people around us who apparently seem to be not a devotee, non-devotees. Mother Lakshmi said that, the year he said that, that is the result of their karma, not the favor of Mother Lakshmi. Mother Lakshmi's real favor is not the material wealth, but it is spiritual bhakti. That is her real wealth. So in that way. Such bestowal is occasional, arising from the waves of lust. It is not given by me, born of the Lord's Sarupa Shakti. Wealth arising from my mercy is not given if a person does not worship you. Why? Because I made it on you. I will glance upon those who fix their minds on you only. So this is Mother Lakshmi's matlab, resolve. I will not glance my mercy upon people who worship me alone. I only glance upon those who worship your lotus feet, my Lord. So like that she is telling. Even other people who seem to be wealthy, that wealth is because of their past karmas. That will only stay with them for temporary time. So like that. But Mother Lakshmi's glance will be eternal upon a devotee. So like that. And this is the last prayer of Mother Lakshmi. Satvam mamapachyutashirsnivad vanditam
Sattvam mamapyachyuta shirshnivanditam
karambujam yat tadad adayi shashvatam
Karambhujam yat tvat adhayi shashvatam satvatam
bibar bibarshimam lakshma varenymayaya
Bibharshimam lakshma varenymayayam
काईश्वरस्य हितमुहितुं विदुर्यते
Ka ishwarasye hitam uhitum vibhuriti. O infallible one, your lotus palm is the source of all benediction. Therefore, your pure devotees worship it, and you very mercifully place your hand on their heads. I wish that you may also place your hand on my head, for although you already bear my insignia of golden streaks on your chest, I regard this honor as merely a kind of false prestige for me. You show your real mercy to your devotees, not to me. Of course, you are the supreme absolute controller, and no one can understand your motives.
Yeah, in that way. O infallible Lord, place your lotus hand, worshipped by the wise, which you place on the heads of the devotees, upon my head also. So Mother Lakshmi is praying that, my dear Lord, you always place your lotus hand upon the heads of Dhruva, Prahlada, such kind of wonderful devotees. But you never placed your hand on me. Now you please place your lotus hand upon my head. O most worshipful Lord, you hold me externally on your chest. Who can guess the Lord's desire? See, you give your special medicine to Dhruva, Prahlada, etc. etc. And you say that you are my Lord and Master, but you only keep me on the chest externally, saying that I gave you my favorite place for you, but you never placed your compassionate hand upon my head. What is this? Like that, Mother Lakshmi is telling to Lord Vishnu. Though worshipped by Brahma and others, I am your wife. I do not attain the good fortune that the devotees without material desire attain from you. I am unfortunate. Though you reside in my heart eternally, please put your lotus hand on my head, which you place on the heads of your devotees. This hand is praised by the sages as the bestower of fortunate mercy. But you have good fortune which is greater than that of all others, because I hold you eternally on my heart as Srivasta mark. So Lord Vishnu tells them, no, you have better opportune position that I keep you on my chest and you are simply asking my hand on your head. What is this? But Mother Lakshmi says, ashamed, putting her cloth over her face, she says definitely in a low voice, you hold me on your chest as a golden lion, but that is a deception. You do this only because you think, seeing the good fortune of my devotees, may unintelligent Lakshmi not show hatred to me. Therefore, you allowed me on your chest. So just to pacify me, you are holding me on your chest. But this is actually deception. This was done without sincerity. But Lord Vishnu says, but no one says this. But who can speculate about your desires? Who dares to speculate about desires? But I, because since I have not received your complete mercy, I can say this, like that Mother Lakshmi say. Because Lord also says in Yuddha Gita says that Na tatame priyatama atma yonir na shankara nacha sankarshano nasrir naivatmacha yata bhavan. Lord Krishna says that, my dear Uddhava, you are so dear to me. I don't treat Brahma or Shiva or Lord Sankarshana, or that is Lord Balrama, even Lord Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi also I don't treat them that much. You are that much dear to me, my dear Uddhava, like that Lord said. My dear Uddhava, neither Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Sankarsana, the gods of fortune, nor indeed my own self, na eva atma, is as dear to me as you are. So like that. I have heard the secret utterance of your devotee, to your devotee. Lakshmi is telling that, I heard this, you spoke this prayer, this verse to Uddhava. You say that you are more dear to me than Brahma, Shiva, Balram, and Lakshmi. That means you have special affection for your devotees more than you have for me. Like that, Mother Lakshmi is saying to Lord Vishnu in a slow voice. So like that. So these are our prayers. The prayers offered by Mother Lakshmi. Any questions till now?
No, Prabhuji.
Other devotees, any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
It's usually here in context with this Lakshmi's prayer. It is always said that in South India that those who pray to Krishna are always poor. This is general saying in our, but here it
I
is
did not
said
get.
in South in our community it is said that those who pray to Krishna or Vishnu remain materially. This is generally a saying which I've heard throughout. Here, Mother Lakshmi saying, no, I bestow for them wealth, and for non-devotees, it is because of their karma. So, in our native place, it is always said like that, and it is seen also like those who they have their life is very miserable, or kind of, because the references when I'm seeing with my past, my relatives and all, they may be very opulent, but slowly their opulence goes off, and so people think, yeah, Krishna means you are deprived of your material comforts.
Okay, that is also there. We see na in the Kunti Maharani prayer. Nishkinchanasya.
Grandmother, cousins and all, and I've seen in their family also, and they've shifted from Krishna worship, though the family worship is Krishna, but they've shifted from that to many others. And when I do, they also tell me, Bapre, Krishna, kind of. So,
See, that is there. See, from one point of view, you remember that what was that? Avanti Brahmana pastime.
yes,
In the
that's
11th
good.
canto, that comes 10th canto, that
Yes,
Arishe the Dhanam Shanai. Srila Prabhupada also. Yesterday somebody might have said about that. Srila Prabhupada, he, at one point of time was materially so successful, but everything is taken away from him. Srila Prabhupada remember that verse. When Lord Krishna want to show special favor on a devotee, he will take away all their wealth. He will make them bankrupt and will bring them to the roadside so that they can take full-time shelter on the Supreme Lord. So that is another aspect of the Lord's mercy also, we can say.
Okay.
When Lord want to take someone back to Godhead, he will remove all their bondage from this material world, including wealth and other things also. So in that way. So in one sense, Lord makes them impoverished, materially weak. Even Parikshit Maharaj same question, the 10th canto. In one of the last chapters, he says that Lord Shiva lives in Smashan, but his worshippers live in opulent place. And Lord Vishnu lives in Vaikuntha filled with all wealth, but his devotees are poverty stricken. What is this? So in that section only, Sukadeva Goswami says, if when Lord Vishnu wanted to bring some of his devotees who are opulent in the material world to spiritual world, first of all, he will make them bankrupt. Then he will take them to spiritual world. So by doing this, he will increase their attachment to Supreme Lord. He will increase their eagerness to come back to Godhead quick. So like that. That is the understanding.
Okay, thank you.
People outside, they may say, Krishna Bhakta, matlab, they lose everything. But that Krishna Bhakta, if somebody is really Krishna Bhakta, that person will be really happy. Yeah, all attachments are taken away. Now my only attachment is Krishna. So they will feel like that. The actual devotee. Any other devotees have any questions? Okay. If there are no questions, just quickly take a couple of minutes break, and then we'll continue with the other prayers because the next new section is starting. So we'll just take a small break. Hare Krishna. Devotees are there?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prithvi.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll continue with the next prayers. So after completing the prayers offered by Mother Lakshmi, who is residing in Ketumala Varsha, so now we'll come to Rammeka Varsha. So in Rammeka Varsha, Vaivashvatamanu, the ruler of the land, even now worships in pure devotional service the dear form of Matsya, who revealed himself to Manu. That is Vaivashvatamanu previously. He chanted the following mantra. So here one understanding is, for every Manvantara there is a Manu. During Swayambhu Manvantara period there was Swayambhu Manu. Then there was second Manu, Swarochisha, and third Uttama, fourth Tamasa, fifth Raivata, sixth one Chakshusha, the seventh one is Vaivashvatamanu. So during the Chakshusha Manu period, so there was a king Satyavrata who one day went to the ocean to offer morning argya. The Supreme Lord came as a small fish in his the hand where while he was offering the water. So that time Lord Matsya saved that king, King Satyavrata. The same King Satyavrata in the current Manvantara appeared the son of sun god. His name is Shraddha Deva, and he became the first king of the entire Bhumandala, about which we discussed recently. So now one thing, the Vaivashvatamanu had first son Sudyumna, then he had 10 sons. The eldest of the 10 sons was Ikshvaku. So since he is the son of the Vaivashvatamanu is the son of sun god, his lineage is called Surya Vamsha. So the Manu's lifespan is one Manvantara time period, but he will not rule for that entire time. Initially, he will rule for some time, then he will give the responsibility to his son. So he gave the responsibility to his son Ikshvaku. Then he went to Vanaprastha order. So since then, he is residing here in this particular Varsha known as Ramyaka Varsha. So currently he is in Vanaprastha order, and his children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, they are worshipping, and they will go back to Godhead. So they practice bhakti and they can go back to God immediately. But the Manu cannot go back to Godhead immediately. He has to stay back here till the end of the Manvantara period is over. In between, if there is no qualified person who can rule over the entire Bhumandala, the Manu has to arrange someone who may not be in his lineage, but if somebody is from outside, he can bring and make him the ruler and then do the needful. Because his responsibility to look after the entire Bhumandala till the end of the Manvantara period. So he is supposed to be here only. So like that, the Vaivashvadamanu's children, for example, our Ikshvaku Maharaj, or Ambarish Maharaj, even Lord Rama also appeared in the same lineage. Even Janaka Maharaj also appeared in the same lineage. Janaka Maharaj also from the Surya Vamsha only. So they all went back to Godhead, but he is still there. He is supposed to be there. So that is understanding. So since the time he was saved from Lord Matsya, saved by Lord Matsya, he became the devotee of Lord Matsya. So he continues to worship Lord Matsya here by staying here. So that is the understanding. So he chants this prayer. This is the Moola Mantra of Lord Matsya. So whenever we go to the temple of Lord Matsya, we can chant this prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Mukhyatamaya Namaha Satvaya Pranayojase Sahase Balaya Mahamasyaya Namayati. I offer my respects to the first incarnation made of pure sattva. Mukhyatamaya means the first incarnation in that sense, made by pure sattva, the control of the life air, the controller of the energy of the senses, mind and body, the great fish. Mahamasyaya Namaha. So of the 10 avatars, Matsya avatar is the first avatara. Even within the day of Brahma, also the first avatara of Lord is Lord Matsya only. After Lord Matsya, only Lord Varaha came and other avatars came, etc. So first of all the avatars of the Lord is Lord Matsya. So in that way is being worshipped. So in that way. Mukhya Tamaya. Satvaya means Shuddha Sattva. Because he the controller of Prana, Voja, Saha and Bala is called by those names. Ojase, Sahase, Satvaya, Pranaya, Balaya, all these attributes because he is the Lord of all these faculties within our body. So in that way. So now, so we'll try to cover some verses. You don't have to repeat after me. You can recite along with me. Antarbahishcha kilalokapalakair adrishtarupo vicharassurusvanaha स ईश्वरस्त्वं यैदं वशे नयन् नाम्ना यथा दारुमयीं नरश्रियम् Please read the translation, one of you.
My dear Lord, just as a puppeteer controls his dancing dolls and a husband controls his wife, your Lordship controls all the living entities in the universe, such as the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Although you are in everyone's heart as a supreme witness and commander, and are outside everyone as well, the so-called leaders of the societies, communities, and countries cannot realize you. Only those who hear the vibrations of the Vedic mantras can appreciate you, Krishna.
Yeah. Unseen by even the protectors of the planets. Akila Loka Palake Raddushta Rupo. The Lord is generally not seen by everyone. Even the Lokapalas also cannot see him always. You move about inside and outside of everything. Inside as Paramatma, outside as time. But are present in the Vedas. But you are always present in the Vedas. You are the Lord who controls the universe through rules which take various names. Just as a master controls a female puppet. So in that way. So Lord controls everyone by three modes of material nature or so many rules and regulations. Just as the puppeteer controls the puppet. So in that way. You move everywhere inside and outside. You are unseen by the protectors of the directions. What to speak of others? Does that mean I do not exist? When Lord says, no, no. You are the sound composer of the Vedas. You are indicated by all the Veda mantras. The Vedas proclaim your existence in every word. You are the Lord who controls the universe by being the shelter of the rules and forbiddance with the names of the Brahmanas and others. So basically, how does he control? How does the Lord controls all of us? By giving us the names and activities through Varnashram system. According to Varnashram, when we were told that okay, you are a Brahmana. Brahmana means what? Brahmana means you are supposed to do these activities, and you are not supposed to do other activities. You are a Kshatriya. You are supposed to do these activities. So by giving us some name, Lord actually gives us a particular activity. By that name and activities, he actually controls all of us. So that is the understanding. Shruti says, Tasyavak tantrair namani damani. The Vedas, like a rope, bind the universe with names such as Brahmana. One can infer that you are independent because of the dependence of the universe on you. You, just like a man controlling a wooden female puppet, but like how Lord is the control of all of us? Lord is controlling all of us by giving us Varna and Ashrama duties. Chaturvarna, Maya Sushnam, Gunakarma, Vibhagasha. So by creating a Varnashram system, Lord is actually controlling all of us. So he is the master of every one of us. So that is understanding. So then Vaibhav Manu says, next prayer. Yam lokapala kilamastarajvara hitva yatantopi prutak sametascha patum na shekurudvipadaschatuspadah sarisrupam stanu yadatra dushyate. Please read the translation. Someone.
My Lord, from the great leaders of the universe, such as Lord Brahma and other demigods, down to the political leaders of this world, all are envious of your authority. Without your help, however, they could neither separately nor concertedly maintain the innumerable living entities within the universe. You are actually the only maintainer of all human beings, of animals like cows and asses, and of plants, reptiles, birds, mountains, and whatever else is visible within this material world.
Here he says that giving you up, the protectors of the planets, sick with envy, either alone or together, cannot protect the living beings having 2 legs, 4 legs, without legs, or the plants which are seen in the universe. The understanding is that So in the previous version, it said that you are the protector of everyone. Now the question is, but Indra and others who also control, since they are the protectors of the universe, they are also independent controllers. What is my significance in that? Then the King Vaibhav says that their control over planets is honorific only. Giving you up either singly or together, they cannot protect the two-legged or four-legged creatures. The snakes, which have no legs, are the non-moving entities such as plants because they are sick with envy. Without you being their master, without your empowerment, neither Indra or any other devatas cannot do anything. They are not powerful from that point of view. It's like that. Shruti says the devatas are full of envy. I give shelter to all and give shelter to no one. You, as life itself, are the protector of the Lord. Okay, here the understanding is that one word is missing. The devatas are full of envy. They always say that I give shelter to all and you give shelter to no one. So devatas always say with each other, I give shelter to everyone and you are not giving shelter to anybody. Like that, they are envious of each other. But actually, the Lord is giving shelter to everyone and also the devatas. So, like that, this is indicated here. Only by your empowerment, the devatas are able to manage locally. Without your empowerment, the devatas themselves cannot do anything. So, that is the understanding. That's how you are the master of everyone, including the devatas. And then finally, he says, Bhavan Yugantar Nava Urmi Malini Shonin Imam Oshadi Virudam Midim Maya Sahoru Kramateja Ojasa Tasmai Jagat Prana Gunatmane Nama Iti. So here the Vaivashvata Manu says, how you saved me in the last life. Holding up the earth, the storehouse of the herbs and plants, as well as me, you roamed about. Here, earth means the boat. Shoni, Imam Shoni means the boat, which is made up of earth. So Lord Matsya only sent a boat in which Lord told him to board. The king Satyavrata boarded that boat. And Lord Matsya himself saved the boat and everyone inside the boat. So in that way. Holding up the boat, the storehouse of the herbs and the plants as well as me, you roamed about with great speed at the end of the last Manvantara. So during that pranaya, which was filled with waves, I offer respects to the controller of all beings in the universe. Your visible form manifests by bhakti. I, a dim likeness of devotee, am the witness to this. So he says that God will make himself visible or himself available when a person practices bhakti. Even though I was practicing a dim kind of bhakti, you made yourself visible to me and protected me personally. Like that, he was expressing his gratitude to Supreme Lord. Holding the boat along with me, you moved about. O unbound Lord, at the end of the Manvantara, you roam about. I offer respects to you, who control the living beings of the universe. You saved me during the pralaya which happened during in the last Manvantara time period. So I express my gratitude to you, my Lord. So like that. Generally, my dear Lord, you appear to great devotees, but you made appearance to me, who resembled like a devotee. I am not a devotee, but still you made yourself visible to me and saved me. That is your greatness. Like that, he is saying and offering obeisance to that Lord. So like that. So these are the few prayers offered by Vaivashvata Manu unto Lord Matsya, who saved him in his previous life. So in that way. Any questions by any devotee?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So if there are no questions, we'll move on to the next prayers. The next prayers are offered by the residents of Hiranmaya Varsha. In Hiranmaya Varsha, the Supreme Lord Vishnu resides in the form of a tortoise, Kurmatanum. So here the Lord is worshipped, the form of the Lord worshipped is Kurma, Lord Kurma. Who is worshipping the Lord? Aryama, the chief resident of the Hiranmaya Varsha, along with the other inhabitants of that land, worship this beloved form of the Lord. They chant the following hymns. So there are 2 points from about Aryama. One point is Aryama is one of the 12 Adityas, one of the son of Aditi and Kashyapa. Even in Janmashtami also, all of you must have heard the pastime of Lord Krishna, who appeared in that dark prison room in the middle of the night of Ashtami. Devaki and Vasudev got surprised and they offered prayers. They requested Lord to assume his own form, a small boy form, so that they can hide him. At that point of time, Lord Vasudeva says that I only appeared to you in your previous 2 lifetimes. First time as Prishnigarbha, second time as Vamana. So Vamana appeared as the son of Aditi and Kashyapa. And for your information, in this month only, next couple of weeks later, we have Radhashtami. After Radhashtami, there will be Ekadashi, and after Ekadashi, there will be Dwadashi. That Dwadashi will be Vamana Dwadashi. That will be the appearance day of Lord Vamana. So,
Hare Krishna.
so one of the elder brother of Lord Vamana is Aryama. So it is like that. Yes, Mataji.
This Aryama, he's also the deity, presiding deity of Pitruloka, no?
Yeah, he is also deity presiding over Pitrulok also. Yes, that is there. And another this thing is that when Yamaraja was cursed by Mandava Muni and Yamaraja appeared as Vidura, so in his absence, it was Aryama took care of the Yamaloka. He looked after the responsibility of Yamaloka and all. That is also one more thing mentioned about Aryama. So otherwise, Aryama, who is one of the Devata, one of the Aditya, one of the 12 Adityas, he is currently staying in Hiranmaya Varsha and worshipping his worshipful deity Lord Kurma. His deity is Lord Kurma. So in that way. So the Mula Mantra for Kurma Dev, if we happen to go to Sri Kurmam, very close to Simhachalam or on the border of Andhra Pradesh and Orissa, there is a Kurma Kshetra. So Mahaprabhu visited there also. So we can offer this prayer. Or any other place wherever Kurma's deity is there, we can offer this prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Akurupaya Sarvasattva Guna Vishesha Nayanu Palakshita Sthanaya Namo Varshmane Namo Bhumne Namo Avasthanaya Namaste. It says that I offer respects to the Supreme Lord, the Kurma. Akurupaya means the Kurma, Lord Kurma, a form of Shuddha having an invisible abode of Vaikuntha, who has a huge, all-pervading body and who acts as the support of all things. So Lord Kurma appears 2 times. One time he appeared to take the Bhumandala upon his back. Second time he appears as Kurma to take Mandara mountain upon his back so that the Devatas Asuras can churn the milk ocean and attain nectar and gain victory over the Asuras. So Kurma continuously holding the Bhumandala on his back, and Kurma gives shelter to Shesha so that Shesha can hold the entire Bhumandala on his back. Recently we discussed about this in some of our previous classes. So this is the service of the Kurma. I offer respects to the Kurma, who has a form of perfect Sattva, Shuddha Sattva, a form of Shuddha Sattva, who has a Vaikuntha abode invisible to all, who has a huge body, who is all pervading, who is the support of everything. So wherever Lord Kurma stays, that itself is Vaikuntha abode. It is not visible to ordinary living entities, even up to the Devatas also. That is the understanding. So now in this section, Aryama will offer prayers unto Lord Kurma. There are 4 prayers, 3 prayers, 31, 32, 33. 3 prayers are offered by Aryama unto Lord Kurma. यद्रूपमेनं निजमाययार्पितम् अर्थस्वरूपं बहुरूपरूपितम् संख्यानयस्यास्ति अयतोपलम्बनात् तस्मै नमस्ते व्यपदेशरूपिणे. Please read the translation.
My dear Lord, this visible cosmic manifestation is a demonstration of your own creative energy. Since the countless varieties of forms within this cosmic manifestation are simply a display of your external energy, this Virat Roop, universal body, is not your real form. Except for a devotee in transcendental consciousness, no one can perceive your actual form. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
This universe is your form. Yadrupam etad. The entire universe is Lord's form only. We study so much about universal form. So, but arises from your external energy. Though we may say that the universe is Lord's form, but the universe is not Lord's Sachidananda Swarupa. The universe is the manifestation of Lord's external form. How to understand this? The universe is made up of 24 material elements. And Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhumirapo Kalo Bhumirapo Nalo Vayu Kammano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Mitiyamma Binya Prakriti Ashtida. The 24 elements are Lord's Binna Prakriti. They are not the manifestation of Lord's Swarupa Shakti. They are the manifestation of Lord's Maya Shakti. Because Maya Shakti also belongs to the Lord, the universe also belongs to the Lord. But the universe itself is not the Lord. The universe is Lord's external form, but it is not Lord's eternal form. That is understanding. It is real and displayed in many forms, which cannot be counted because it is impossible to realize them all. I offer respects to you, whose form cannot be described in words. Lord's external form is the material world, can be described in many words. But the Lord's spiritual form is inconceivable, that cannot be described in material words. So that is understanding. This universe is your form alone, but arises by your Maya Shakti, not by your Swarupa Shakti. It is real, though the universe is temporary, but it is real. It is real form. It is a real form, not something illusory. Your form is displayed in many forms, in the form of humans, cows, animals, birds, and fish. That means with the same 24 element, the universe is made. The same 24 elements used to make our body, human body, animal body, fish body, it is also made. But they cannot be counted because it is impossible to realize the full extent of these forms, whose varieties give rise to this universe. Though this universe consists of 14 lokas and 7 coverings and all the different species, but they cannot be counted as you. You have your own independent existence. You have your own spiritual existence. So that is understanding. It is impossible to know unlimited number of types within one type of gross human because of difference in caste, nature, pitch of voice and other qualities. What to speak then of small beings born of perspiration or seeds? You are unlimited, but there are unlimited varieties within the effects of your Shakti. What then to speak of your spiritual forms, which is unknown to all? I offer respects to the form impossible to describe. So basically, there is a human being. In that human being also there is a lot of variety. Variety in terms of varna, variety in in terms of ashrama, variety in terms of the physical appearance, variety in terms of the qualities, variety in terms of the behavior, variety in terms of the speech also. Then what to speak of the variety in other species? So like that there is unlimited variety. Unlimited variety in the matter indicates unlimited variety in the spirit also. So you are unlimited. So like that it is indicated. So that is the understanding. So basically they is indicating that, my dear Lord, you are unlimited. Though people may say that you are this material world, but you are not the material world alone. You are much beyond the material world. When this material world itself has unlimited variety, then what to speak of you? You have spiritual unlimited spiritual variety. That's how it indicates unlimitedness of the Supreme Lord. So in that way. So now he going to give us some understanding about the material variety. What kind of material variety is there around us? Jarayujam Svedajamandajodbijam Characharam De Characharam Devarshi Pitrubhutamaindriyam Jhaukam Kshitishailasha Sarisamudra Dvipagraharksheti Abhideya Ekaha. Please read the translation.
My dear Lord, you manifest your different energies in countless forms as living entities born from womb, from eggs, and from respiration, as plants and trees that grow out of the earth, as all living entities, both moving and standing, including the demigods, the learned sages, and the pitas, as outer space, as the higher planetary system containing the heavenly planets and as the planet Earth with its hills, rivers, seas, oceans, and islands. Indeed, all the stars and planets are simply manifestations of your different energies. But originally, you are one without a second. Therefore, there is nothing beyond you. This entire cosmic manifestation is therefore not false, but is simply a temporary manifestation of your inconceivable energy. Hare Krishna.
Mhm. Living beings born from wombs. So the living entities around us are a four category. Jarayuja means the human beings and mammals. Svedajam means insects born from perspiration. Andajam means the birds and reptiles which are born from eggs. And Udvijam means all the plants which are born from the seeds. So living being entities born from womb, perspiration, egg and seeds. Moving and non-moving, characharam. Devatas, sages, pitrus and the elements, the senses, heavens, space, earth, mountains, rivers, oceans, continents, planets and constellations. All of these are simply you alone. Everything that we see around us is all your manifestation only, nothing else. Because you are the one, because you are the one cause of the entire universe with many forms within it. Everything is you only. Everything that we see all around us is nothing but your manifestation only. It has no separate existence other than you. All these should be called you alone. The Shruti says, Sarvam Kalau Idam Brahma. Everything is manifested from Brahman. Thus, everything is you alone. Like that, we can say, because everything is appearing from you in the Lord only. So, everything is Lord alone. So, in that way. The last prayer offered by Aryama is Yasmin Asankeya Visheshanama Rupa Krutau Kavibi Kalpiteyam Sankyaya Tattva Drushapaniyate Tasmai Namasankhya Nidarshanayate iti.
O my
Oh my
Lord,
Lord, your name, form, and bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist. Yet you yourself, in your incarnation as the learned scholar Kapil Dev, have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements. Therefore, if one is interested in Sankhya philosophy, by which one can enumerate the different truths, he must hear it from you. Unfortunately, non-devotees simply count the different elements and remain ignorant of your actual form. I offer my respectful obeisance unto you.
Yeah. So finally says that I offer respects to the form of knowledge, Sankhya Nidarshanaya, by which the countless form imagined by the sages to be residing in you with your unlimited names, forms, and species are removed. So he says that since this universe is temporary, it is not considered valuable by the jnanis. The sages have counted many forms in you, having unlimited types of names, forms, and kinds. I offer respects of the form of knowledge, by which knowledge of tattvas, the numerous manufactured forms are removed. Basically, some people may say that, okay, this is Lord, this is Lord, this is Lord, the entire universe is Lord also. But I don't want to see you in these material objects. Seeing you among the material objects, that understanding should be removed from my heart. I want to see you as you are. This is his final request unto Supreme Lord. Though you manifest in the form of universe and also all the variety of living entities and all the different lokas and other objects with unlimited variety, but I don't want to have that understanding of you. I want to see you as the Supreme Lord. This understanding of seeing everywhere Lord in everything should be removed from my heart. So just like the many devotees with Sankhya understanding will follow like that. I want to have that understanding. So like that, he is offering his prayer. This is his final prayer. Hare Krishna, are you able to follow? Any questions till now?
No, Prabhuji. Hari.
Thank you.
Okay. So few more verses. The another person who is offering prayers, that is Mother Earth, the Bhudevi, who is residing in Uttarakur Varsha. We'll see these few prayers and then we'll wind up. Because only 4 prayers are there. Small notes, not much. So with that, we'll close for today's class. In the tract of land known as Uttarakuru Varsha, the Supreme Lord, who accepts all sacrifices, lives at the boar incarnation, Krita Varaha Rupa. So Lord is worshipped as Varaha in the Uttarakuru Varsha because the worshipper is Bhudevi. Bhudevi accepts Lord Varaha as her husband. So it is natural that Mother Earth should worship Lord Varaha. She is worshipping him there. So there, Mother Earth, Bhudevi, and all the other inhabitants of Uttarakur Varsha worship him with unfailing devotional service and repeatedly chant the following Upanishadic mantra. So we may say that who is the presiding deity of the Bhudevi, etc., etc., etc. She is Bhudevi and she is staying in Uttarakur Varsha. So, like that. Actually, there is only one deity for the entire Bhumandala, and sometimes we may say that Bharata Mata, and in our place also they call that Telugu Mata, like that they call. They also worship. There is a deity picture and photo and all. Once in every year, they also worship Telangana Mata or Telugu Mata or like that. Telugu Talli, something like that. And all over India, we may worship Bharata Mata, etc. But there is only one Mata, that is Bhu Mata, the Bhudevi deity. They are all like expansions of her only in that sense. But she stays in Uttar Varsha and she continuously worships Lord Varaha always. And the Moola mantra for Varaha Swami. So whenever you go to Varaha temple, we can chant this prayer. This is the Moola mantra for Lord Varaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahatattvalingaya Yajna Kartave Maha Dvarava Dvaravayavaya Mahapurushaya Namaha Karma Shuklaya Triyugaya Namaste. This prayer says, I offer respects to the Supreme Lord, known in truth by mantras, who with the form of sacrifices, with and without animals. Yajna Kartave. So basically, Even in the third canto, 13th chapter, when Lord Varaha appeared to lift the Bhumandala, then the sages of Janaloka, Taparloka, Maharloka offer prayers unto Lord Varaha. And they say that Yajna Lingaya, Lord Varaha is the form of Yajna personified. So what kind of Yajnas are there? There are Yajnas, there are Kratus. So Yajna is that kind of sacrifice in which there is no animal sacrifice. And in Yajna, if there is the animal sacrifice, that is called Kratave. So among all the different Yajnas in which there is no animal sacrifice, Lord Krishna says, I am Japa Yajna. Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. But Kratu means it is also a fire sacrifice which also involves some animal sacrifice. In that way we have to indicate. Lord Varaha represents both the category of Yajnas, both the category of fire sacrifices. And who is the limbs of the great sacrifice? Who is the great Purusha? Who has a form of Shuddha Sattva even in his actions, and who appears in three yugas visibly. Lord is also called Three Yuga. Even when Prahlad Maharaj is offering prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev, he also says Three Yugi. So in that way, the different attributes of the Lord are indicated in this particular prayer. I offer respects to the Lord, who is known in truth by mantras. Yajna refers to sacrifices without animal killing. Kratave refers to sacrifices with animal killing. I offer respects to the Lord, who is the form of these two kind of sacrifices, Yajna and Kratu, who is the limbs of the great sacrifices. In that 13th chapter, the third canto, it is said that the different body limbs of the Lord Vishnu or Lord Varaha are compared to different ingredients and different articles in the fire sacrifice or Yajna. So in that way, I offer respects to the form who is Shuddha Sattva in his behavior, and to the form who appears in the first three yugas visibly, and in Kali Yuga in a covered form. Channa Kalau Tri Yugaya. So Lord personally appears in three yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, but in Kali Yuga he appears in a secret form like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He does not reveal his godhood. At least whenever he is there, his godhood is not revealed generally. But after he disappears, everyone will understand about his godhood. So in that way, that's how he conceals his identity in the Kali Yuga. In other yugas, he reveals his identity openly. So like that. Or three yuga can mean to the form which has three pairs of qualities or six opulences. Three means three, yuga means couple or dual. So 3 times 2, that is 6. So Lord possesses 6 qualities. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Ashasriya, Jnana, Vairagyo, Chaiva, Sannam, Manganetingana. So Lord possesses 6 opulences. That is also 3 yuga. That is another meaning of 3 yuga. So this prayer can be chanted in front of Lord Varaha whenever we visit Varaha Swami temple. So like that. So next there are a couple of prayers offered by Mother Earth unto Lord Varaha. Quickly see them. Yasya Swarupam Kavayo Vipaschito Guneshu Darushu Ivajata Vedasam Matnanti Matna Manasadi Drukshavo Gudam Kriyartair Nama Iritatmane.
By,
Please read the
manip-
translation.
by manipulating a fire generating stick, great saints and sages can bring forth the fire lying dormant within wood. In the same way, O Lord, those expert in understanding the absolute truth try to see you in everything, even in their own bodies. Yet you remain concealed. You are not to be understood by indirect processes involving mental or physical activities, because you are manifested only when you see that a person is wholeheartedly engaged in searching for you do you reveal yourself. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Yeah. Just as a person churns fire from pieces of wood, learned persons and devotees, desiring to see you, make visible your form which is invisible by performing karma and accepting its results. They do this by concentrating the mind on your name and form. I offer respects to this Lord, whose nature has been described. Just like by rubbing two sticks together, one brings fire out of the wood. Similarly, by executing Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, by performing very seriously, one will be able to see the Lord at the end. But not by performing Sakama Karma Yoga, matlab worshipping the Lord in order to fulfill one's own material desires. That will does not reveal one the Supreme Lord Himself. But others who practice Nishkama Karma, Nishkama Jnana, Nishkama Yoga, Nishkama Bhakti, one day will be able to see the Lord if they have desire to see the Lord, if they work hard to see the Lord. So that is understanding. So learned people and devotees, by the mind, which is like a churning rod, desiring to see your form in your names such as Krishna and Rama, and your blockish or green manifestations make you appear. By working very hard, they'll make sure that you will appear in front of them, either as Krishna, as Rama, or Narasimha, Varaha, Kurma, etc. Just as fire appears by repeated friction, they make you appear by repeatedly fixing your names and forms in their minds. Just that, like controlling our mind and senses regularly, we chant, that makes the Lord appear in front of us. This form remains hidden by performing karma and enjoying its results, but can be seen by practicing bhakti if it is not mixed with karma. When one practices pure bhakti, one will be able to see the Supreme Lord. When one practices bhakti with material desires, one will not see the Supreme Lord. That is understanding. I offer respects to the Lord, whose nature has been described, or to the Lord in whom there is effort for his form to manifest. Basically, I am praying to that Lord. In order to attain him, the devotees are working very hard. So that is understanding. So this is very clear. So if somebody practices bhakti with material desires, one will not be able to see the Lord. But one practices bhakti without any material desires, one day one definitely will see the Supreme Lord. And to that Lord who makes himself visible to such kind of devotees, I am offering my obeisances. So this is the prayer offered by Mother Bhumi. Bhudevi is offering to her Lord, Lord Varaha. So like that. Or they churn your form in their senses, such as ear and voice, using the mind, which hears and chants about the Lord's name, qualities, and pastimes. They make the Lord appear by determined practice of hearing and chanting using the mind. So another allegary is that just like Devatas and Asuras chant the milk ocean to bring the nectar out, like that, we are also every day we are chanting Lord's names within our mouth. We are hearing Lord's names within our ears. We are contemplating about Lord's names and pastimes within our heart. By doing this process continuously, like the churning process, we make Lord to appear there. Just like by churning yogurt, butter will come. By churning the milk ocean, nectar came. That is understanding. So whatever sadhana we are doing, that is equal to churning process. Every day we are churning. That is understanding. And then Bhudevi continues. Davya kriya hetu अयनेश कर्तृभिर् माया गुणैर्वस्तु निरीक्षितात्मने अन्वीक्षयान्गाति शयात्मबुद्धिभिर् निरस्तमाया कृते कृतये नमो नमः. Please read the translation.
The objects of material enjoyment, sound, form, taste, touch, and smell, the activities of the senses, the controllers of sensory activities, the demigods, the body, eternal time, and egotism are all creations of your material energy. Those whose intelligence has become fixed by perfect execution of mystic yoga can see that all these elements result from the actions of your external energy. They can also see a transcendental form as super soul in the background of everything. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my respectful obeisance unto you.
Here, Bhudevi says that I offer respects to you, whose form is seen in truth, by intelligence and great effort in the angas of bhakti, such as hearing and chanting. So basically, those who practice Shravanam and Kirtanam sincerely, they will be able to see the Lord one day. That is the end. And by repeated contemplation of the mind and practice of hearing, chanting, and serving, Smaranam also. And by contemplation of the effects of Maya, the sense objects, the senses, the sense devatas, the body, time, and ahankara. This is about Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga contemplates about what the Lord is not. So Lord is not the earth, Lord is not the water, like that. Then they come to the point of what the Lord is, and then they pray for the Lord's mercy. I offer respects to you, whose form is devoid of Maya. Nirasta Maya Kritaye Namo Namaha. Lord is beyond the touch of Maya. Unto that Lord I offer obeisances. Like that she is saying. It is possible to make you appear even though a person has the gross and subtle material bodies. If one chants, one can see the Lord's form. If one works hard, one can obviously see the Supreme Lord. It is possible. Like that, Bhudevi is saying. I offer respects to you, whose form is seen in truth by intelligence and great effort in the angas of bhakti, such as hearing and chanting, and by repeated contemplation of the mind, by practices of hearing, chanting, serving, along with the effects of Maya, the sense objects, senses, sense devatas, body, time, ahankara. So basically, direct bhakti involves in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, etc. The indirect bhakti involves in trying to understand what the Lord is not, trying to distinguish the Lord from the 24 mental elements around us, and then understanding who the Lord is and take his shelter. So that is this one. Your form is spiritual. I offer respects to you, whose form is devoid of Maya, who makes devotees from devotees form free of Maya. Basically, when it is said that your form is spiritual and your form is devoid of Maya, that means Lord's form has no connection to 24 material elements which are made up of Maya. So that is understanding. So Lord is situated beyond the 24 elements, and our form, our body is made by 24 elements. So like that. And then she speaks the third prayer. She says, Karoti Vishwa Sthiti Samyamodayam Yasyopitam Ne Psitamikshituर्गुणै Mayayatayo Brahmate Tadashrayam Gravno Namaste Gunakarma Sakshine. She says, by your glance, you carry out creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. Of course, Lord Himself is doing creation, maintenance, and destruction with the help of Maya, by Maya. Though it is not desired by you, but only by the Jiva. The Lord does not do creation, maintenance, and annihilation by because He wanted to do something in the material world. No, because Jiva is adamant to do activities separate from the Supreme Lord. To facilitate that, Lord creates, maintains, and annihilates the material universes, not for Himself. So, in that way, just as a piece of iron moves upwards because of a magnet, Maya moves by the influence of the Lord. I offer respects to the Lord, the witness of the gunas and the jivas karmas. So now there is an understanding. The creation, maintenance, and annihilation is happened by Maya under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. Maya adhyakshana sukrute suyate sacharacharam. So everything is happening by Maya, but under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. How do we understand that? The Supreme Lord is like the magnet who is above the newspaper. And below the newspaper, we see that iron filing is moving here and there and being getting uprooted, is jumping up, etc. etc. So, in one sense, from external point of view, those who do not see the magnet, they think that the iron filing has a mystic potency going here and there, left and right, and top and bottom, everything is happening. What is this? So, like that. The material nature only doing everything from external point of view. But who is getting it done? The magnet. That is Supreme Lord. So that is understanding. Since it is my effect, the universe, though material, is my form also. Though the universe is my effect, is it my form also? Like that Lord is asking Bhudevi. Then Bhudevi says, this universe is actually not your effect, but the effect of Maya. Just as a part is made up of clay. Just as part is made up of clay, the universe, material universe is made up of Maya. It is not your effect, but Maya's effect. By Maya, the Lord carries out the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe, though not desired for himself, just by applying his glance, but desired by the Jivas. So Lord does not do anything on his own. He simply glances upon Maya. Maya does everything. For whom? For all of us, not for Lord. Though Maya is inert, by association with the Lord it operates. An example is given. Iron moves because of the magnet and comes near the magnet and goes right and left. Thus I offer respects to you, the witness of the gunas and karmas of all the living entities. Guna karma sakshane. So Bhudevi also telling that. So Lord does creation, maintenance, and annihilation only superficially. It is all done by Maya, but under the control of the Supreme Lord. Lord is like the magnet, Maya is like the iron filing, which is performing all the activities. So like that. So that is one of the aspect of the Supreme Lord. And this is the final prayer offered by Bhudevi, and this is the last verse for today's class. प्रमत्यदयितं प्रतिवारणं मृदे यो मां रसाया जगदादिसूकरा कृत्वाग्रदंष्ट्रे निरगाद उदन्वतः क्रीडन् इवेव प्रणता स्मितं विभुम् इति. Someone please read the translation.
My lord, as the original bore within this universe, you fought and killed the great demon Hiranyaksha. Then you lifted me from Garbhodaka ocean on the end of your task, exactly as a sporting elephant plucks a lotus flower from the water. I bow down before you.
So this verse remembers the past time that Lord Varaha lifted the Bhudevi or Bhumandala and saved her. So she herself expressing gratitude for that. As Lord Varaha, who is the cause of this universe, after killing the great demon Hiranyaksha, you placed me, the Bhumandala, on the end of your tusk and came out of the Garbhodaka ocean, exactly as a sporting elephant placed with a lotus flower. I bow down before you. It's basically for an elephant to pluck a lotus flower from the pond. It is very simple. The like that simply you brought me out of Garbhodaka ocean, and also you killed Hiranyaksha, the Adi Daitya, or something like that. Narrating the pastime of Lord Varaha, the earth shows the Lord's great mercy upon her. Prativaranam means a worthy opponent like an elephant. The Lord was also like an elephant playing. So, Lord fought with Hiranyaksha, who is a worthy opponent. Who Lord also enjoyed fighting with Hiranyaksha, who is a powerful person. And Lord also acted like lifting the Bhumandala very easily, just like an elephant plucks a lotus flower from the pond and comes out easily. So, like that. Rasaya here does not mean Rasatala but Garbhodaka ocean. Jagada, even last week also Mataji asking that why Rasaya word is used, Rasatala. Whenever in the Bhagavatam Rasaya is used, matlab the direction towards Satala Loka that indicates Garbhodaka ocean. The Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean, which is located in the direction of Rasatala Loka. That means downward, southward of the universe. So in that way. Jagadadi Shukara means the boar, who is the cause of the entire universe. Udanvati means the ocean of Pralaya. So like that, Mother Earth offered her prayers and gratitude unto Lord Varaha, indicating Lord's various attributes and indicating that how Lord saved her after killing Hiranyaksha, etc. etc. So these are some of the prayers. Today we saw the prayers offered by Mother Earth in Ketumala Varsha, prayers offered by Vaivashata Manu in Ramyaka Varsha, prayers offered by Aryama in Nirmaya Varsha, prayers offered by Bhudevi in Uttarakuru Varsha. These are the prayers from chapter 18. And in the next class, we'll see the prayers offered by Hanumanji in Kimpurusha Varsha, prayers offered by Narada in Bharata Varsha. So next class we see these prayers. And the week after, the Saturday after that week is Radhashtami. Just 2 weeks from today, we will have Radhashtami festival. And the week after Radhashtami festival, we can have exam for this part of the Bhagavatam from chapter 16 to chapter 20. For these 5 chapters, we can have exam the week after Radhashtami. So kindly prepare accordingly. Hare Krishna. Any questions before closing our class today?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhuji, one question.
Yes,
Prabhuji, I
Mataji.
said, you just said, na, Kurma appeared 2 times. I
Ah,
mean, one is Mandara mountain and the other is?
ah. So other one is here. See, when Lord Varaha was lifting the Bhumandala, so after lifting the Bhumandala placed, you have lifted me, but where will I stay? Then Lord Varaha manifested Kurma Avatara, and the Kurma was floating in the Garbhodaka ocean, and Bhumandala kept on the back of Kurma.
Okay.
And the second time, even when Lord Varaha was lifting the Bhumandala, Hiranyaksha suddenly came and said, "Hey, Bhumandala belongs to me. How can you lift and take it away?" Then Lord Varaha started fighting with Hiranyaksha. But the Bhumandala was feeling afraid. I may again fall down into Garbhodaka ocean. Then Lord manifested himself as Kurma on the sideways, and Kurma was floating in the Garbhodaka ocean, and Lord kept the Bhumandala and Kurma's back. And then Lord fought with Hiranyaksha and killed him, and then assured Mother Earth and disappeared. But Kurma remained there only carrying the Bhumandala. Even today also Lord Kurma is carrying the Bhumandala. Upon Kurma we have Shesha, and upon Shesha we have 8 elephants, and all these 3 combinedly carrying the entire Bhumandala, so that the Bhumandala does not fall into Garbhodaka ocean. So like that.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
This entire Bhumandala or just the earth?
No. Entire Bhumandala is held by Lord Kurma and Shesha, not the
Yeah.
Earth globe alone.
No, but what fell into the Garbhodaka ocean was the entire Bhumandal or just the
Yes,
earth?
yes. Entire Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean.
Okay. Thank you.
Not the Earth globe. The overall Bhumandala, whose deity is Bhudevi. Bhudevi is not the deity for the Earth globe. Bhudevi, the deity for the entire Bhumandala.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Thank you.
Any other devotees? So if there are no questions from other devotees, so we'll stop here for today. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki